Good morning, SKN. I'm Andre Cunningham.
And I'm Cortensia Carty.
Cordy, it's Fantastic Tuesday.
It is indeed Fantastic Tuesday. So, my advice, because I love to give Tuesday quotes: be kind, be
Sympathetic.
empathetic.
Yeah,
but
yes.
there's something. Smile a lot.
Yes.
Share kind words.
Yes.
And I can't remember the other one, but just have a terrific Tuesday.
Are you having a terrific Tuesday so far?
No,
Well,
I'm trying my best to, but I don't know just yet.
With me, you know you're going to have a terrific Tuesday.
Yeah, you're gonna make me laugh.
Of
I don't
course.
know. I don't know. Somehow I feel like I'm not up yet. Although I'm a morning person, I feel like I'm not up, guys.
Well, as I step in studio this morning, she actually make me smile. She reminds me that I'm one of those rugrats. Yes.
Yeah, the hairstyle.
Yes.
If you remember Angelica, like
I do remember.
Oh, my word.
welcome
I'm like,
viewers on TVC channel 40 on the cable, and also those watching TVC on the Tel TV cable network in St. Martin. Those that are watching in Guyana, Trinidad, Barbados, Bahamas, Grenada,
The USA.
Antigua.
I have a loyal friend, Ronald Jacobs. Good morning, kind
morning,
sir.
Ronald. Good morning
Thank you
to
for
you.
watching all the time. Javon in England, he watches. My cousin Taffy in England,
Good
she watches
morning,
as well.
Javon and Taffy.
Yeah, and what about your Canadian
Mr.
friend?
Norman Chesman.
Oh, Mr.
He's having a fantastic 70th birthday.
Okay, good.
He
good,
enjoyed
good.
himself.
Oh, good, lovely.
Good morning, Norman.
Aw. And for those of you streaming on YouTube and Facebook, let your friends know that we are on as we begin this morning with local news. Our first story comes from SKNIS. Minister of Post, the Honorable Conrad Maynard, has revealed that over the coming weeks, the General Post Office will be rolling out a national addressing system for the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Speaking at the Prime Minister's press conference with cabinet ministers on July 13th, Minister Maynard said that this system will give clear direction as to where people live and cut down on the confusion that comes with misdirection. Minister Maynard said, and quote, "We are all now well on our way to standardizing what your address would look like. Over the coming weeks, the post office would be engaged with the Department of Physical Planning, particularly the GIS office, to formalize the policy going forward on how your address would look like." He gave a sneak peek into how one's address would look, which will include the name of the street on which you live and each home assigned a particular number, the name of the community and village, and a unique postal code for each household. He said that most likely the postal code will begin with the letters KN to KN1 for St. Kitts and KN2 for Nevis. So that's good.
That's interesting.
Because sometimes most of the mail end back up at the post office,
Yes.
and then nobody claims their
No
mail.
one claims
Yeah.
it. Good stuff there.
Indeed.
Still on the local scene, this story comes to us from SKNIS. The St. Kitts Labour East Bastia Constituency 1 branch executive on Saturday, July 15th, executed the highly successful inaugural East Bastia Fish Fry and Cook-Off Festival, where Chef Miss Donika Payne walked away with the Dr. Jeffrey Hanley East Bastia Cook-Off crown. The other competitors were Mr. Akeem Peters, a soldier from Bird Rock, Mr. Pablo Lynch of St. Peters, representing the Dominican Republic, Mr. Ian Youthman Nisbet of Taylors, and Miss Denicia Nisi White, who in the event's promotion video said she was from SP, which is Sandy Point, where the best be. The 5 chefs were each given a mystery box, which they later found out contained grouper fish, fillet, shrimp, onion, garlic, potato, carrot, broccoli, pineapple, tomato, and pasta, and they were set loose to make the best of the ingredients in 90 minutes. They were then expected to make a presentation to the 3 judges after they would have put in front of them plates of the end product. Presentation of prizes was made by the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley, who was assisted by chairperson of the cooking competition, Miss Carisha Nero. The contestants were each presented with a medal of participation with $1,000 for the winner and a gift voucher for $200 for best for less, $500 for second place, and a gift voucher $125, $300 for third place, and a gift voucher for $125. The other two got $100 each, along with a voucher for $125 from Best for Less.
That's good. So nobody was left out.
Listen, this was well attended.
You went?
No, but I've seen the post.
Okay.
I had to work.
I didn't even know that was what was going on just across from me.
Yes.
I didn't know until, because I heard you have 30 minutes. So I thought the lady was telling the children they have 30 more minutes in the bouncing castle. But I didn't realize it was a whole cook-off happening.
Yes, it was well promoted, especially on the WhatsApp. Listen.
Yeah, because it's East Bastia Festival right now.
Yes. Right. Shout out to our constituency.
Yes, indeed. Kudos to Dr. Hanley. As we continue on the local scene, this story comes from SKNIS, the Federation's Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs, the Honorable Garth L. Wilkin, is sounding the alarm that persons to whom abandoned lots and homes belong must take action to have them cleansed and cleaned because they pose a security risk in the communities as they turn into harboring grounds for criminal activities and pose potential health hazards. The Attorney General says at the Prime Minister's press conference, many abandoned lots and homes are used to hide firearms, bulletproof vests, and other items used in crime. Also, they cause health hazard for neighbors by being breeding grounds for mosquitoes and rats. Attorney Garth Wilkin revealed a plan to have the abandoned lots and homes cleansed and cleaned. He said, and quote, "The cleansing and cleaning of these abandoned homes and lots will be performed by private small businesses, and the cost will be attached to the landholder's property tax. The landowners will get sufficient notice to cleanse and clean before any action is taken. And for long-standing abandoned properties, where the landowners repeatedly do not take action to cleanse and clean their lots, then the state can potentially acquire those lots to repurpose for housing for persons, particularly in constituencies where there is little available." End quote. Dun, dun, dun.
Listen,
so you better clean up your place, or else it's gonna go right back to the government.
And we have a lot of derelict and old buildings.
Man.
And lands wasted away in St. Kitts.
Yeah, nice houses too. They just need a little fixing up.
Yep.
As you said, cleanse and clean.
Persons would probably migrate and just forget.
And most of the houses, though, I was told that are abandoned are family houses. So tug pull. Yeah. So nobody wants to do anything, but once one person does it, the fight. So that's why they're just left there, but at the detriment of persons that live in that community.
Indeed. It's now time to see what's happening with the local weather report. It is mostly sunny with a high of 87 and a low of 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Take a look at your weather forecast for today as we head to the break. Regional and international stories are next. Stay with us.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom. No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. If you're just joining us, you're now in time for regional news. This story comes to us from our friends at Loop Caribbean. The British Virgin Islands Ministry of Health and Social Development is moving to standardize the care and treatment of persons with diabetes through the launch of guidelines for the management of the disease. Chief Medical Officer CMO Dr. Ronald George said that the guidelines were introduced by the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPA, and are designed to ensure that persons with diabetes will get the same standard of care regardless of which healthcare facility they seek treatment. Georges explained the guidelines will be reinforced with continuous education in the form of continuing medical education CME sessions, which will address standardized assessment, care, and treatment for persons with diabetes.
Listen, this is the hardest disease to fight next to, I think, fibroids and PC.
I cannot understand diabetes because, I mean, this minute you're slim, the next minute you put on weight, and then I don't understand the type 1 and the type 2. It's
type
hard.
2, most of the persons use the metformin tablets, and depending on it, their doctors may add a little insulin. And type 2, their body is over producing insulin. So they have an excess of it. So the metformin is to calm it down, along with, depending on the type of insulin they have to use to calm it down. With me, I have a type 1.
Oh, yeah.
Type 1, my body does not produce insulin. So I have to put it into my body in order for my body to be regulated. So that is the difference with it. And then sometimes type 1 tend to have more attitudes and aggression and sweat a lot, etc., while type 2 is more calm.
Wow.
No.
Now I understand. So it can be controlled. It's one of those.
It can be controlled. Type 2, I was told, can be healed. I was told both of them can actually be gone.
Wow.
But you have to have my voice is going. You have to have due care. You have to stick to it
And watch
to
what
get
you
rid of it.
eat. Watch
Yeah,
what
you
eat.
really have to watch what you eat. You eat, and that's the hardest thing to do because your body craves the sugar that you should not have. But folks, in order for all of us to be healthy and to live longer lives, we have to be mindful,
Yes.
no matter how hard it is, of what we put in our mouth.
Listen, when I came in studio a few days ago, I normally love my tea in the morning, and I will put my little sugar in. And Auntie asked me to reduce the sugar, and I tried the tea without the sugar, and it was like,
Yeah,
I
because
don't
you get more flavor from the bag. To me, the sugar takes away especially when you put tea bags and you add sugar. The sugar
But to
takes
me,
away from it.
I'm still trying to adjust without the sugar.
So you're not enjoying the tea?
No, I'm not. But I tried it this morning, and
Try the mint tea with just the water, and you'll love that.
yes,
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna
then
try
as
that.
you gradually get through it, you would even drink coffee without sugar. That's how serious it gets.
Let's see.
Yep. As we continue on the international scene, our news this morning comes from CNN. On Thursday, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration approved the birth control pill Opill to be available over the counter. The first non-prescription birth control pill in the United States. Opill is a mini pill that uses only the hormone progestin. Its manufacturer, Perrigo, called the FDA action a milestone and a giant leap for women empowerment in a statement. Federica Wellgren, Perrigo Global Vice President for Women Health, said, unquote, today's approval is a groundbreaking expansion for women's health in the U.S. and a significant milestone towards addressing a key unmet need for contraceptive access, end quote. Opill is expected to be available over the counter in stores in early 2024.
Women empowerment.
Opill. Yeah, because remember, it seems like abortion's banned and everything else is being banned with it.
We need to have a discussion when it comes on to this topic,
Abortion?
especially here in St. Kitts.
I don't like to have discussions over what a woman can do
What
to
are
her
you-
body and what she can't. It's none of my
Do you
business.
support abortion?
I don't. I don't like to have topics like that because to each his own.
But-
Let Jesus be the judge. I don't.
But what about the situation? I can understand the situation because listen, incest is on the rise, especially in the Caribbean. And if a sister got quote unquote raped by, let's say, a brother, I don't think that sister would want to bring that child into the world.
But
Yes. So it's a tough situation. It's a tough, touchy topic.
It's a touchy topic. We know how kids form, and sometimes I said, depending on the situation, I don't know.
What you just said a while ago, we know how kids form. So you're saying you lay yourself out there carelessly to get pregnant?
No, I'm not saying that.
You said you know how kids are formed.
I was just going to question the maker and said, he knows that this situation isn't right.
Yes.
But then he's still allowed. I don't want to question the man. I want to live. That's the only person I'm afraid of. Nobody else. So I don't want to have to deal with that and the repercussion of what women can do to their bodies. So I don't touch that. I try to stay off of politics, and I try not to argue religion. So very touchy for me.
Now I know I'm gonna spark a discussion.
Okay. You spark it, but I hope it catches a fire on its own. Oh well, folks, there you have it. See, now Opel is causing a discussion.
Opel. We're gonna discuss Opel. 2024.
Opel. What a pill. All right, folks, there you have it for local, regional, and international news. We have so much in store for you, but you have to stay tuned on this lovely Tuesday to find out what we have for you. So see you after this, a short break.
My name is Asan Green from Green Your Asan Refrigeration. Be sure to tune in to Studio 3 to 7 for Good Morning SKN from 8 to 10. I mean, I say this is infamous music representing for Good Morning SKN, and I want to encourage you to watch the show every morning from 8 to 10 at Studio 3 to 7. Easy, no man. Say me don't know about you, but me love Good Morning SKN bed. Easy.
Cinematic experience.
Hi everybody, my name is Erica Edwards. I am a singer-songwriter and I want you guys to tune into Studio 327 Good Morning SKN.
We are 869 Halfback Riding. Shadrach Isaac, Darian Grant, Johnny NZ. The Barry French. Don't forget to tune into Good Morning SKN at Studio 327.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Good morning. My name is Cartel Food, Chairman for Panorama.
Hi, and my name is MJ Byron, co-leader of EVJ Harmonic Steel Orchestra. And we just want to encourage everybody to tune in every morning from 8 to 10 a.m. Don't miss it.
Right.
Hi, good morning. My name is Shamara Phillips, the co-founder of the We Care Group. We provide care at every stage in life. Tune in to Good Morning SKN on Studio 327. Imagine the impossible.
On our next segment, we will be having Mr. Abanati Elibird as we speak about the 49th Nevis Culturama. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss the details.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Good morning.
I'm the Uncle.
I'm Angel. I'm the Volleyballers. Tune in to Good Morning SKN at Studio 327. Imagine the impossible.
exotic experience.
Good morning. My name is Cartel Food Chairman for Panorama.
Hi, and my name is MJ Byron, co-leader of EBJ Harmonic Steel Orchestra. And we just want to encourage everybody to tune in every morning from 8 to 10 a.m. Don't miss it. Right.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
You Andre?
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, and we do apologize for that break. We will join Mr. Abernathy Bird in just a few. But in this segment of Loosen Up, we will be having an insightful discussion on reconnecting with our inner child. In today's fast-paced and demanding world, it's easy to lose touch with the sense of wonder, joy, and curiosity that once defined our younger years. However, by revisiting and embracing our inner child, we can unlock a wellspring of creativity, happiness, and fulfillment.
Oh, can we?
Yes, we can. What do you have to say about your inner child?
No. What do I have to say about my inner child?
Yes.
I don't even know. I might connect. Y'all. GMSK Nation, let me know, right? Life is so busy. Do we do we have time to connect with our inner selves? It's like we're just going. Andre, I don't even think I have time to. But I'm looking at, every time I think about inner child, I'm looking at your hair, and I'm actually connecting with my love for the Rugrats when I was little.
But you know, the Rugrats, that fella was he was good. Angelica was the mean sister.
The mean one, Chucky,
so you could
Chucky and his twin.
Yes, so you could tell that I was a good child.
But that's the Angelica do.
This is the Angelica.
This is the Angelica.
This is not the Angelica hairstyle. This is the what's his name? Tommy or Tobby or what's
No, Tommy had big hair. Tommy had hair like mine. Loose out and all over the place.
Who had bald head? One of them had.
Chucky and the twins had, I don't know what was going on with the twins.
So
but that's Angelica.
Angelica.
GMSK Nation, for those of you that watch the Rugrats, let him know that's Angelica right there.
This is the Angelica.
That's Angelica.
I'm gonna loosen it out right after loosen up.
Oh my God.
The inner child. We all have that inner child.
How often do you connect to yours? Because I tell you, I struggle to connect to mine.
To sleep at night, I try to mimic when I was younger.
And what do you do?
I shake myself.
You shake yourself.
Yes.
So that's your inner child coming out.
Yes.
So that's the first thing you think about when you think about your inner child. You getting to sleep back in the day.
When I want to sleep, yes.
Okay. All right. So what is the inner child? The inner child represents the aspects of our personality, emotions, and memories that we carry from childhood. It is the part of us that is playful, creative, curious, and free-spirited.
Were you a creative?
Very creative.
What are some of the creative stuff?
I drew so many wedding gowns that I've never made a reality.
So it was a dream of you to get married?
No, not for me. No, I was gonna be a designer. Remember, I'm a woman that changes her mind constantly. I wanted to be a banker, then I was gonna be a designer.
Yes.
Then the only goal I stuck to was becoming a flight attendant.
And look at you now.
But I mean, I even now I change my mind every minute. I want to do this. I want to do that. So I always have the barrage of goals.
Wow.
Yeah. I always have to. But
it is always important to go back and, see what you aspire when you were younger. And just to see if you are actually in that direction or if you're going in that direction. Don't you think?
It is good to look over, but as they say, our inner child is a part of us that is playful, creative, curious, and free-spirited.
Yes.
Are we free-spirited as adults? As I said, there's always something to do. There's always some stress of life.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We have some persons growing up, they would love the video games, and that video game is still a thing in their adult years.
The fellas maintain their thing, because they have some husbands. All I hear their wife say, man playing video game, But I'm like, be happy the man home playing video game. At least you know what else.
Exactly.
So the fellas do stick to that, but we get kids, we get married, we got chores, we got
miserable, extra miserable.
Can somebody give me permission to put my co-host on his head today? We don't get miserable. We just say what we want.
Women tend to get miserable.
No, we don't.
Good morning, Karen.
Karen, can you deal with Andre for me, please? We don't get miserable. We just speak our minds and we say what we want, and what we want is what we want. So give us what we want. That's all.
But you act miserable until you get what you all throw tantrums until you all get what you want.
So you want to say that is our inner child? Throwing tantrums?
Yes, female.
Oh,
yes.
No.
Females cry and they cry and they cry until they get what they want. And it grows with them. Yes.
Nobody cries for nothing. We say what we want. What are you talking about?
When you become an adult and you start to speak more, but when you don't get it
from the meanie from the Rugrats.
When you don't get it from the husband, you all throw tantrums and you all shut down. Yes.
We don't shut down.
You all shut down.
Oh my God. Anyway.
Limit us.
Okay, I'm not even gonna have this debate.
Yes.
We are speaking about our inner child. How did this from speaking about our inner child to being a whole counseling session about what we don't do as women?
Okay, let me ask you. What are some of the activities or hobbies that make you feel like a child again? What are some of the activities that you do that make you feel like a child again?
Absolutely.
Besides going and having ice cream. Really?
Ice cream is an adult thing.
You
know,
think?
ice cream is a favorite thing. If you have a breakup, we adults, we're not friends, sit down over a whole tub of ice cream. That's not a kid thing.
Really?
But would you say that ice cream was so comforting to us as a child, as an adult, because we're going through something? We go back to ice cream for that comfort?
Yes, I think buying yourself an ice cream and you're licking the cone. You know, as a child, and you see the ice cream running down your hands, and you would lick from the elbow, come right
Now
up.
you want a tissue because you want to wipe, because you're not doing that. The average adult don't do that now.
I
Maybe
do
we
it as
might
an
do it, but the
adult.
average adult don't.
Especially when I'm having a mango. I saw someone did an post when it comes down to how Nivisions eat mango.
Oh my God!
Have you
here we
seen
go.
the post?
No, because I'm not on social media like that.
Listen, good morning to you, Desil Hamilton. Listen, Desil did a post. I think he did a reel how Nivisions eat mango. I was like, boy, you forget to talk that we lick from the elbow, come right up.
What?
Yes.
You mean because the mango juice is running down?
Yes.
No,
It was hilarious.
No.
He was hilarious.
Oh my God. So, the benefits of connecting with the inner child. It says that increased joy, spontaneity, imagination, and a renewed sense of wonder. Connecting with your inner child can also help heal past wounds and traumas, improve self-compassion, and enhance overall well-being. I think a few months back, me and my nieces, we went to the beach. Well, my niece and my nephew and my sister. And they had this big Cheetos bag of corn curls. They were done eating it. So we washed it out and we were filling it up. And we were literally letting the bag go on each other.
Yes.
So it was coming like a bomb.
Yes.
So even my niece trying to fill up the bag, but you know, she can't lift up all that water in the bag. So by the time her bag gets to us, it's like, it's an easy bag.
Right.
But when I throw my bag at them and their parents, it's a hard bag. So once the mom got the bag, now I have to run because, you know, she has as much power as I have.
Right.
So I would say that's the last time I would have connected with my
the
inner child. Yeah. And yes, folks, I did ensure that we take the Cheetos bag out of the sea. Yes, we took it home. I will not encourage my niece and nephew to start littering. We were just having fun with the bag.
We need proof, right? GMSK
No,
Nation?
I don't ever leave. No.
Awesome.
Just like how I want to be comfortable in my home, I expect the fishes and everybody else that inhabit the sea to be safe.
I like that. Way to go. How do you nurture the inner child?
Real nurture. This may involve setting aside time for self-care, engaging in activities that bring joy, setting healthy boundaries, and seeking support from loved ones or therapists when needed. Yes, guys, go to therapy. We're not crazy. We just need somebody to talk to. Because sometimes talking to persons, they're going to take your business elsewhere.
So talk to that inner self.
Yeah, the therapist has an obligation to keep our businth confidential.
Some of them do.
Yeah, our friends don't have that obligation. So they can say, how do I say it? This is between me and you. Now, when people tell me this is between me and them, it is between me and them.
Yes.
Other people, it's between you, them, and everybody. So, So, yeah.
Listen, when I start in a conversation and I hear that person said, Hortensia, between me and you, I finish the conversation right there.
Because it's not
It's not going to stay between you and I. Exactly.
So, yeah. So that's how we nurture our inner child.
Well, I nurture the inner child. I am feeling like a child this morning. Hello. I hope we bring you all back to the inner child this morning. Well, we try. I hope you all enjoy our little discussion.
I hope so. And I hope that we find time, guys, because as adults, we don't have a lot of time. I hope I don't sound like I'm too complaining, but it's like we don't have the time anymore.
But that's what I was saying. Y'all are miserable. Y'all complain a lot, especially you.
How do I complain a lot? I'm just letting my emotions out. At least I'm saying it.
That's the thing. Your emotions, the tantrums.
It's not tantrums. I'm just being honest that we don't have time to... Guys, with that said, we're going to take a break because Andre seems like he wants to lose his Angelica hairstyle today. So stay tuned. So much more after this.
You know it's me, Mr. H.E. Yo, make sure you tune in to Good Morning SKN Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Studio 327. Yo, trust me, the baddest show in the morning. Make sure you check it out. Wake up. Make sure that you are there from 8 to 10, Monday to Friday. Boom, check it. Rah.
Shout out to all the beautiful people in St. Kitts, the good up girl them, the pretty girl them, the big body girl them, the skinny girl them, the educated girl them, the dunce bat them, the one that will eat but still love me and still have a tune in. Big up all the followers and all the fans of the SKN show. Love yourself, big up yourself, talk good about yourself, and let the haters heat it up.
And we're from Shekinah Dance Theatre St. Kitts. Stay tuned to Good Morning SKN on Studio 327.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
I mean, I say this is infamous music representing for Good Morning SKN, and I want to encourage you to watch the show every morning from 8 to 10 at Studio 327. Easy, no man. Say me don't know about you, but me love Good Morning SKN bed. Easy.
cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Good morning and Happy New Year. My name is Killeen Gale, your newly crowned Miss National Carnival Super Queen. Be sure to tune in to Good Morning SKN from 8 a.m. to 10 at Studio 327.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band, and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. The Security Forces United football team is hosting their very own soccer youth camp this summer. Today we are joined by representatives to speak about the camp, which started yesterday, Monday, July 17th, and will culminate next Friday, the 28th of July, or next Saturday, as a matter of fact, because I think the 27th is next Friday. Allow us to welcome Inspector John Bergen, Beresford Mack, Jordan Mattis, Kenrick McNeil, and Dr. Isaac Newton. Good morning to you, gentlemen, and welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Join us. Good morning.
Alrighty, so we're going to dive right into it. So let's talk about the length of the time. How long has the Security Forces United football team been in existence, and why the name though? Why that name? Anyone can take it.
Okay, good morning to St. Kitts and Nevis and those in the diaspora watching and listening to this program. We're delighted to be here this morning. Thank you very much for having us.
Our pleasure.
And the Security Forces United football team was born on about 2007. It is a merger between the police and the defense force. Okay. Back in those days, we had some challenges getting players to attend regular matches. We used to have like 5-6 players when we were just police. But after we joined the forces together, we then became a more competitive team. And currently we're in the Premier Division. Over the years, we have been growing and growing and growing. So we have a youth arm of our program. The youth arm has been in existence for the last 5 years.
Okay.
We have had similar soccer summer camps, but not anything like this one. This one is much greater. This one involves the entire Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, where we're targeting youths across the Federation.
Okay. Good stuff. So, Inspector, I would like to, and then I'm going to go across the board, the role of each, the role that each of you gentlemen play in the organization. So, what's your role?
Okay, so my role with the security forces, I was the former team manager.
Okay.
I was a executive of the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association back in 2013 to 18, and then I took a break and came back to the security forces. That same year, we were promoted to the Premier Division. Unfortunately, we got relegated back down. We came back up last season. Unfortunately, we are going back down again. But I am now a member of the St. Kitts Nevis Football Association executive again.
Okay, good stuff.
In 2021, we were just re-elected. So I'm back at the helm of football. So my role with the security forces is more now advisory.
Okay.
So I'm just an advisor to the management and helping to guide the team, help the team to develop.
Okay.
Understood. Can you share with us some background information, especially on the theme, creating an atmosphere for growth and development? Can you share with us meaning behind the theme?
Okay, so if I can give a brief history, just a minute. About 4 weeks ago, I was sitting in my office in Sandy Point, and I was introduced by one of the parents of our youth program to this gentleman on my left, Dr. Isaac Newton. He heard about our program and he was so excited that he came looking for me all the way in Sandy Point. And we sat for about a good half an hour and explaining the program, and he immediately revved up his networking space, reached out to the gentleman on my far left, Beresford Mac, who was in England at the time. It was maybe like late afternoon in England, and Beresford began making contacts as well, and we decided we're gonna make this summer camp the biggest St. Kitts and Nevis has ever seen.
Okay.
With the recent upsurge in gun violence, we see a lot of our youths across the Federation being gunned down, being killed, families torn apart, young boys, young girls are left without a father to look up to grow up with. And so we decided to target youths between the ages of 8 to 22.
Okay.
We're going to be, it's not just a football camp. We're going to be doing life skill training, motivational speeches, teaching them how to behave, how to be good corporates, good citizens of this federation. And that is the reason why we created this theme.
Okay. So, Dr. Isaac, what is your role in the football group?
Well, I am delighted to be here, and I would like to greet all of our listening audience all across the world, across the Caribbean Federation. I was deeply moved and remarkably impressed when I was actually mentoring a few young pathfinders from the Seventh-day Adventist Church. I happen to be Seventh-day Adventist.
And so do I.
My Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Good company here. Sure.
Yes.
Lord have mercy. Good people. Are you with me?
Yes.
And in Cairn, and I happen to have been a very close friend of teacher Kishma Isaac, and I was mentoring some of the young people, and I was just amazed at how they were responding. One of the young men was saying, behave yourself, or I will tell the inspector. You got to de-escalate this challenge. And then they were crossing the road, the highways next to the church, and one of the young men said, you say you're going to tell the inspector, but look, you're crossing the road, you're not being careful. I was like, who is the inspector that is present and is absent? And I was so deeply moved, I wanted to meet him. And then, fast forward, I met him, and I was incredibly impressed with the penetrating and life transforming impact the program was having. Antisocial, character development, trying to put our young people on the right track. So I immediately called Mr. Beresford Mac. He had a long history of being BBC trained. We have done a lot of work around the world, and we believe in working our network. So we pulled it up. And because I work as a consultant with Dr. Denzel Douglas for many years as an advisor, and now recently appointed as his executive director of the Douglas Global Lifestyle Foundation, we just ramped that up to make sure that we were going to support the police and just ensure that this become a sustainable impacting program.
Oh, good stuff. Mr. Beresford?
Yes.
Can you tell us the role that you play?
Okay, cool. So, hi. Thank you so much for having us on the show. Good morning
pleasure.
to the viewing audience. So, I have an infinity with St. Kitts. I've been coming to St. Kitts since I was 6 years old. I do have family here. Played basketball here in St. Kitts on many occasions. And then in 2005, we started the Reach One, Teach One, Building Bridges to Success basketball camps. And we came to St. Kitts, worked with the local basketball federation, association, and we were able, the concept was about providing opportunities for young basketball players to develop their skills, one, but also open opportunities for athletic scholarships to the United States. And so the program has been running since 2005. Mr. Wendell Pemberton is the local coordinator here, and it's actually taking place right now alongside the soccer camp here. So, and we're running one in Montserrat at the same time as we're running this one here. So when Dr. Newton reached out to me, I was in London because I was there for a specific reason. And he said, hey, listen, I would like you to meet Inspector Bergen. This is what's going on. And it's around crime intervention. I do a lot of that work in London with my business partner, Jermaine Ashbourne.
Good stuff.
And I thought, okay, great, brilliant. Let me look into my network and see how we can do this. And I said, if you're going to do this, here's what we can do for you guys. We'll look for the coaches for you guys out of the United States. We'll have it as a skills development program, but we'll also look at how we can open up those opportunities for young footballers on the island to get athletic scholarships into the US, but also semi-professional and professional opportunities around the world. And that's where our sort of ethos is. However, the mission that Inspector Bergen has spoken about, it's looking at how you can provide an alternative to crime and antisocial behavior here on St. Kitts. So it's about, it's a twofold sort of situation. And so that's my role. So I started making phone calls. I've got the coaches here and we're having a great time.
That's good. That's good. So the coaches, I just heard a little snicker. Who wants to start first? Jordan or Kenrick?
Don't mind. Lovely to meet you.
Same here.
Very humble to be here. It's my first time in St. Kitts.
Oh, welcome.
And yeah, so I'm the football coach. I'm assisted with Coach Nick, and we are running the program for 2 weeks. So our main component is developing them through technical aspects. We was welcomed on our first day of coming to watch a game for the security forces. So that way we was able to, gauge a sort of level of what we're working with. And I was positively surprised because it was definitely a very engaged bunch of young people that want to grow and want to learn and love football. And fundamentally, as a coach, I need to make sure that I provide a safe, fun, but engaging session. So that is my main sort of responsibility over the next 2 weeks.
So what do you do to ensure that these kids are engaged? Because we know that their focus sometimes goes as quickly as it can. So what do you do to keep them engaged before we move on to Coach Kenrick?
Well, I'm quite even similar as a player. So I feel like I got a very short attention span. So for me to stay engaged, as I said, the main component as the coach is for it to be fun. But the developing side of things comes with patience and more focused work and teaching them mindfulness. So talking about, like I said, my positive experience of seeing the level, the technical side of things I could see is definitely there. So once we could get through to the mindset and teaching them about reinforcing positive behaviors, that will then help them mature and realize that they shouldn't be distracted during the sessions, because the mindset to becoming a professional footballer is enduring the process, and you need to persevere, you need to sacrifice, and you need to do the simple things. I live by a code. Mine is simplified to maximize, and that's how I play, and that's how I like to coach. So once you penetrate the basics, then you can grow.
Okay, good stuff. And Coach Kenrick, I see you there shaking your head and agreeing with almost everything that Jordan is saying.
Fully agreeing, yes.
So what's your role? We know your role. You are the coach, but how do you keep them engaged? What have you been doing thus far to keep them on the straight and narrow? Because we know we're trying to gear them towards not committing crime.
Fully understand. First, let me say I'm more than humble and welcome I thank you very much for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
To be on the program. Good morning, SKN.
Yeah.
So to the listening and viewing audience, I thank you and thank you very much. Now, I'm a player coach.
Oh, player coach. All right.
Rep.
Okay.
For the players as well.
Okay.
The player rep coordinator.
Okay.
As it relates to the program itself. Now, I will go from my philosophy.
Okay.
Which is your attitude determines your altitude.
That's mine. That's
Lead,
yes.
lead
Yes.
by example.
Yes.
So therefore, as it relates to persevering and excelling, you have to have discipline.
Okay.
So how we keep them engaged, what we do is have team bonding activity.
Okay.
Because you have to have togetherness.
Yes.
And in order to move from just football, because you can learn the basics and yes, you want to play football and have it for fun. But to take it to the next level, it takes a different set of responsibilities, commitment, drive, determination, discipline, most essentially, right? And you have a goal, you're aspiring to go for it. Nothing should change you or stop you from going for it.
I like that.
So you have to have a positive thinking or mindset. We as coaches now have to provide that opportunity, the atmosphere, and the environment in order for them to grow, providing them the tools and everything necessary. And that's what we're doing now. So we go back to the theme, creating an atmosphere for growth and development with an extension to achieve excellence.
I like that.
And that's what we're providing.
And
Good stuff, good stuff.
Inspector Bergen, back to you. Earlier you would have mentioned the age range between 8 to 22. Why that specific age range?
Thank you for the question. Okay, so, and I will go back from the biblical. A child begins to understand right from wrong at the age of 7, 8. And that is the reason why we decided to start at that age. So these kids now, we can now bring them to the life skills that they need, because when they reach high school, you start losing them.
Yes.
So you want to capture them, that intervention to be at that specific age group. So when they get into high school, they have the foundation already.
I'm glad that you actually chose them from that age, because just recently I was walking down the road and I swear they're between 5 and 7 and they're cursing, literally cursing each other, heavy bad words too. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? And they look at me like, but they stop for that minute. But as soon as I walk off, they continue cursing each other again. Yes, Beresford?
Yeah, no, I also wanted to add to the age group also. It's when you're looking at developing players in whatever sport it is, when you get them at a very young age, you're able to mold them to understand psychologically, mentally, physically. These are the sacrifices you have to make, the commitment that you have to give to the sport. And so as you go through, the age groups, by the time you start peaking at 16, you have made all the sacrifices, all the commitment that you need to make to now start progressing towards the collegiate level. That will take those grassroots fundamental things you've learned. Those are the elements that will take you further from 16 onwards. So it's always good to start at a very young age. You get them in at 6. And then you start molding and developing them. They start learning all the life skills and the skills of the sport, the fundamentals, the grassroots things that will take them to be, very good professionals at the end of the day.
So, should I just add quickly? Developmental psychology researchers at Scotland seem to correlate very well with what Inspector and the United Security Forces have done. And that is to say, I think even the Catholics were said, if you give me a child from 1 to 7, I make you a Catholic for life. And we believe that the foundation of any person's development as a human being really moves from 1
to 5
to really 6 or 7.
6, okay. As the Inspector said.
Development psychology would say, that's ground zero.
Yeah.
Foundation. So it's very, very important. I also wanted to add though that when the Inspector and I began going around the community, we were deeply impressed by the enthusiasm we found in the corporate world here. Various ones. We can mention a few: Koi and Flo, and
nice.
Ross University, and the various supermarkets. Everybody came on board because they were so they so wanted to see our children heading
Yes.
in the right direction.
Yes.
And of course, the ministry, the Prime Minister himself was extremely enthusiastic about that. He told the inspector, leave no child behind.
Yeah.
Dr. Douglas immediately said, let's move full speed ahead with our young people. The PS, what's her name? Miss Hall, was decisive, she was prompt.
Yeah.
So we had the entire society coming around. Minister Samar,
yes.
and he was all for it. So clearly we had a collective sense of priority, enthusiasm, and passion to see our young people in the Federation, even in the religious society. We had chaplains coming to pray for us, and the various churches who were part of the program are saying we want to see our young people springboard into a sense of excellence, become highly skilled citizens, global citizens, and make a positive impact on the world. And I think that we really have to give the police and the security force maximum credit for this incredible program. Congratulations, the inspector and the and his team, especially the commissioner, Commissioner Sutton, Deputy Commissioner Henry, and all the members of the team have embraced us and have set us on fire to make sure that this program is sustainable.
I feel the fire.
I wanted to also add to that. We talk about the age group. We talk about how we can mold them into great athletes, but also you have to also remember that at the end of the day, outside of sports, they're citizens of the Federation, and you want to mold them into great individuals. We run a program in London looking after young people who are in disadvantaged communities and steering them away from antisocial behavior and crime. And you have to be able to get to their level to understand why they're doing these things and what are the alternatives to help them to get away from that. And I think one of the key things, like I've always said to everyone since we've been here, I think one of the key outcomes that I really would like to see out of this camp is that we get 2 young people or 2 footballers here on St. Kitts in the Federation.
Maybe more.
Yeah. The minimum. I would either like to see one going off to college in the US and another one getting a professional opportunity. We're so close to professional opportunity right now. We have it right here in our hands. And so we need to find that player between now and the 28th that will fill that opportunity. So here's a great opportunity for me to turn to the camera and say, hey guys, listen, all of the footballers who are here, this is an excellent program. Yes, and I know that it's run by the security forces, but it's also incorporating the St. Kitts and Nevis FA. And, if you feel you have the skills, come out to the open run in the evening, let the coaches see your skill. We need to do some video on you guys, and we do have a professional opportunity that's available that we need to fill. We're not just making that up. We've got the opportunity and we have to fill it. It's a commitment we made, and we have to fill that commitment. So, hey guys,
In the afternoon, tell them. In the afternoon.
In the afternoon, it's from. I'll let the coaches do that because they better.
Definitely. So, it's in the afternoon from 5 to 7 at the Keon playing field.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's for the professional.
Yes, and it's from age between 18 to 22.
Yeah. And it's a great. This is a great opportunity. It came right, and we shared it with Inspector and the coaches, and so we know that we have to get that opportunity filled. And so whether it's one of the greatest players who either come to the camp or outside of the camp, we need to do something, and that for me is going to be a key outcome to demonstrate to the other youngsters, you stick with this program, there's the pathway to changing your life.
For that child that may be watching now and say, mom is signing me up, can that child come to the camp now, coach?
Most definitely, we're still accepting.
Still accepting. Okay, good stuff. So they just come, where do they come to?
Full grounds. That's where we are from 9 to 12.
Okay. So from now until next Saturday.
Correct.
All right, cool.
And what's the contact information for the Security Forces United?
Okay, so the club secretary, she can be reached at 663. Her name is Patrice Lois, 663-5168.
Okay.
Or you can reach Coach Kenrick, 762-1977.
Okay.
Or myself, John Bergen, Inspector, 664-6969.
Okay.
I just wanted to make that this camp is not just for St. Kitts only. We are going to Nevis as well because we want to touch the entire federation. And so we're going to reach out to our partners in Nevis. We're hoping to go over on Saturday to have a whole day camp over there with the youths and also with the scouting for talent opportunities.
Okay, and before we go, I want to ask Mr. Mattis, what has your experience been like since you've been in the federation, and what do you hope to leave with the young kids in both St. Kitts and Nevis?
So recently, I come to realize that I feel like my purpose here on this earth is to impact. So again, with the opportunities that Beresford's mentioned that's been presented to the young people, I hope to get an outcome with that. And even if it's not through a professional route of opportunity, again, training them to be positive citizens for the island of St. Kitts. One thing that I definitely wanted to resonate is leaving home, which is 10 hours away, and coming here, I still feel like home. Because what I'm encountering is people that I personally, firsthand, have had similar disadvantages to coming up. With the main work that I do in London is always targeted to young people, needs people that's not in educational training. So we help upskill them and give them sort of positive outcomes for employment, for education and footballing opportunities. So to see that here, it don't feel any shape or form of outside of my comfort zone. And I feel like with that first-hand experience, I am able to resonate with the young people a lot better. And again, you need to have positive role models around you, but not just ones that are so far apart from you in life. So to be sort of relatable and have that empathy hat on, and to understand and to bring over as much kit as possible to, give to the young people. I've seen the simple smile of having equipment, having shoes, having socks, and having other things in place with the support of all the other companies that's involved in this program. It's absolutely amazing, and I hold it dear to my heart. As I said, the main focus for me is impact. So as well as training and bettering their football skills, we definitely want to train them into becoming a better man or woman in life for the future.
Nice. I like that.
And finally, can you share with the audience or those persons who are watching why they should come out and join the camp? Anyone could take it.
Repeat that again.
Share with the genuine audience or those watching why they should come out and join the camp.
Well, I'll speak from my organization and my involvement here, and I'll let others go. But what I realized here in St. Kitts, because I've been coming over the years and working, not just, this is my first year with the soccer situation, but through the basketball, I think it's a great opportunity, one, to learn new skills, make friends, learn discipline, build your character, but also have fun. And I think yesterday, what I saw with the younger age group was so telling in terms of hitting all of that stuff. They were all having fun. They were all, making new friends. They were, showing their true selves and their characters, and they learned a lot. They, they helped each other, and those are skills, transferable skills in life. So when they now go back to school, those skills can now be transferred in the classroom, on the playground, outside of school. When they get jobs, those skills will now be transferred there. And I think that's the key thing. You're gonna get those skills to take you through life. And I also want to just quickly say thank you so much to Inspector Bergen and his team. They've been absolutely great. To Dr. Newton for opening up this opportunity for ourselves, also to Coach Kenrick, and also to Coach Jordan, Coach Nick, who's not here from the US, and the recruiter, and Coach John Lee. We had a couple of other coaches, but due to unforeseen circumstances, they couldn't make it here. But they are still provided some equipment and all of that. Thanks to all the sponsors and those people who've been involved, and especially and let me just say this, There is a lot of goodwill out there for St. Kitts.
Yes.
You guys have to tap into that. And I learned that through all the donations, which I had to get to bring here. No one said no.
Nice.
So you have to understand that there is goodwill outside of St. Kitts to help develop here. And you guys got to really tap into that because people do want to see the best for St. Kitts and the best for the citizens of St. Kitts. So that's my piece. I'll let everybody else have their go.
Yes, I'll take the opportunity now. And just by saying that, it's the same thing as you asked a question relating to the camp. Take the opportunity now.
Okay.
No.
Right.
No, you asked a question earlier to Inspector Bergen about why the theme. It's a long time vision. A vision that we were hoping, grasping, holding on dear to have this of a camp, of an event, of an initiative for the youths. We have a grassroots program with the SDA school. I want to now thank the parents, the teachers of the SDA school. Inspector Bergen will elaborate more as it relates to our history. Coming together 5 years now with the camp, with the SDA school, with a little bit over maybe 60 children, with a unique mix of boys and girls from various ages up to 14, I think, presently. Right? So the opportunities here presented to you, the general public and youths, and it's not just youths from the age of 18 to 22. No, it is from the tender age come all the way up to learn life skills. And as I said, key opportunity.
Nice. Nice.
From my perspective, when I was growing up in Antigua, where I'm originally from, and I'm a Caribbean mom, right? My dad is from St. Lucia, mom is from French Guiana, family in all over the Caribbean. And so I always tell people I'm assembled in Antigua, but I'm a Caribbean person. Am I getting it right, the mic? Okay, right.
You know Atlanta.
Yes.
We live in the same area.
Yes, and work together around the world. So we used to sing a song. There's a brown girl in a ring. Tra-la-la-la-la.
What is tra-la-la?
Well, have fun, enjoy yourself. Have energy and hope and enthusiasm and projection. But what I always loved about the song as a kid growing up is show me your motion.
Yes.
Young people, come out. Sure. This is an opportunity to show the country your motion, and having gotten all of the skills, go tra-la-la-la-la and make a difference in the world.
I like that. But before we wrap up, Inspector Bergen, do you have anything to say?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to offer our support to St. Kitts and Nevis. This program has a long-lasting effect. It has. We're looking at this program becoming a national program. We want to partner with the entire corporate sponsors in St. Kitts and Nevis. We talk about sustainability. We want to ensure that this is not just a one-off camp. So our intention is to continue to bring back these kids maybe every 2 months or 3 months, for continuity.
Yes.
And so we're encouraging not only the youths but our coaches to come out, meet our international coaches, network as Beresford was saying. There's a lot of goodwill out there, outside beyond our shores, that the coaches wanted to come to St. Kitts for a while, but there was no structure. Yeah. This is just something that has a bigger outlook. This starting here, this year. We want to continue it, but the coaches now have something that they can work with. Yes. So that when Coach G go back to the US, he can just call up Coach Kenwick and say, hey, guy, I want a forward player, I want a defender, I want a goalkeeper. And same for Jordan behind me here. So that this is the kind of networking you want to develop. So I'm just encouraging our coaches and all the youths across St. Kitts and Nevis to come out and meet our international coaches, join this program, and hey, we have room for you here at Flow. The atmosphere is great. It's a fun environment, it's a safe environment, and we are welcoming everyone to join us. Thank you.
I'm Inspector Bergen. We would like to take the opportunity to thank our sponsors as well, directly, because there's a many sprung. It's a wide range of individual, organization, and people that came on board in order to make this possible. So, Inspector Bergen, you could talk about a few of them, would be good.
Okay, so thank you, Coach Kenrick and Dr. Newton, and I have been blazing the trail for the last 3.5 weeks. We have showed up on people's doorstep, and they have not turned us back. Not one soul have turned us back. So I want to say a big thank you to all of our corporate sponsors, Ross University, the Development Bank of St. Kitts and Nevis, Royal St. Kitts Hotel, COI, the Ministry of National Security, the Ministry of Sports, Dr. Douglas Global Lifestyle Foundation, and Reach One, Teach One. I want to also say a big thank you to one of our sponsors, John Forbes out of England. He's not here, but he was here last week and he met with us and we had a great time. Also Ryan Bosick, he's a youth coach in the United States in New York, where he has sent down. We flew Beresford from London to meet him in New York just to get some stuff across to us in time for the start of the camp. So we are thankful to all the bakeries, Island Bakery, Amory's, Freight, the hotels, the restaurants. It's a lot. School meal program who is partnering with us.
2 minutes.
Too numerous to mention.
Yes.
You know, but I really want to thank our Commissioner of Police and his High Command for giving us the permission as well to have this camp. And as Dr. Newton said, when the Prime Minister, Honorable Dr. Terence Joe, heard about the program, he reached out to me and his word to me was, do not leave no child out of this program. Yeah. We can't turn back nobody. Yesterday, some of the kids turned up without shoes, you know, and we are trying to get shoes for them.
Yes.
You know, so we are working.
Can I make a special appeal on that? Yesterday, there were some kids who had no shoes, football boots, and Jermaine and I decided that we would take it on ourselves and go down to the store and purchase, football boots for them, just personally, because we didn't like to see that despondent look on those kids' faces. What I would say to, individuals, if you can sponsor shoes, because some of these kids, they can't afford it. And we know that, you know what I'm saying? Some of the sizes we brought in are just not enough for these kids. So my appeal to the corporate community, especially that store that we went to yesterday and bought those shoes from, we need another 4 pairs of shoes. So I will hope that you can sponsor these shoes. Later today, we'll bring the kids down and you'll do that sponsorship for these kids. But I must also say to Sports Zone, thank you so much for the discount you gave us on those other pairs of shoes that we had for the kids. But we're coming back for 4 more, and this time you got to give us for free.
I would like to say just one more thing relating to our camp. The rules. Okay. The rules of our camp that we have. I'll just jot down a few right now, which is no stealing, no bullying, no name calling. And we are not going to just turn away a child. They're going to be disciplined by the sports itself.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Very well said. The Security Forces United Football Team on full display with us here on Good Morning SKN. We want to thank Inspector John Bergan, Beresford Mack, Jordan Mattis, Kenrick McNeil, and Dr. Isaac Newton. Stay with us. GMSKN continues right after this.
Thank you.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
This is Delroy Apprentice, Community Development Officer within the Ministry of Community Development and Social Services. I'm encouraging the whole of SKN to tune in, know what's going on. And Good Morning SKN on Studio 327. Tune in, find out what's going on, stay informed.
I'm going to say this is infamous music representing for Good Morning SKN, and I want to encourage you to watch the show every morning from 8 to 10 at Studio 327. Easy no man. Say me don't know about you, but me love Good Morning SKN bed. Easy.
She was represented for Good Morning SKN. We say good vibes, good energy, blessings and love. Voice rated.
Yo, you know it's me, Mr. H.E. Yo, make sure you tune in to Good Morning SKN Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Studio 327. Yo, trust me, the baddest show in the morning. Make sure you check it out. Wake up. Make sure that you are there from 8 to 10, Monday to Friday. Boom, check it. Ah.
An exotic experience.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
What's good, guys? This is Savion Govayo, owner of Liquid Gold, Instagram Liquid Gold SKN. Make sure you guys tune in every day from 8 to 10 a.m. Studio 327, Good Morning St. Kitts.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Today, in honor of International Nelson Mandela Day, we are dedicating a special segment to one of history's most iconic figures, Nelson Mandela himself. Join us as we explore fascinating and lesson-known facts talks about the life of the visionary leader who inspired the world with his message of peace, forgiveness, and unity. Let's celebrate the legacy of Nelson Mandela together.
Well,
Are
I
you
know
ready?
he dead, right? But yeah, make it sound so dead.
Listen, Mandela could never. I know he passed, but you said me.
You make him sound like I know he dead, but Lord, you reminded us that he's dead, never to return.
Nelson Mandela.
Let us celebrate the life of Nelson Mandela.
I am not that dramatic.
You don't have to be dramatic. You just have to be.
Listen, if you
have to put power into the name of a powerful man.
He was a humble fellow, and I'm sure
humble, powerful fellow,
didn't
though.
like the attention that you just brought to him a while ago.
He loved it, right?
You think?
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela
Okay,
was
Mr.
a
Mandela.
humble, meek. Listen,
A humble,
that
meek,
man
quiet-spoken
had
man.
inspired so much.
Yeah.
He had inspired me. Can you imagine after serving so many years in prison, still rose to become South Africa's president?
Yep. And he dedicated 67 years of his life to public service. So
Wow.
in honor of that, they're asking persons to, do something meaningful.
Mhm.
Community service to 67 minutes. That's not
Yes.
bad. That's 1 hour and 7 minutes, guys. Do something meaningful today. I know we're not from South Africa, but we are one world. Let's do something meaningful today
Yes.
in remembrance of Mr. Mandela. Even reading the books, going to the library. You know what I saw recently and I was to tell you?
What's that?
Books are becoming obsolete in the States. So I realized Jay-Z had an event where they are sticking to books.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, what's going on in the world? And you see you and your lovely AI. Before we continue with Mr. Mandela,
Yes.
do you see the actors on them picketing? Because AI now is going to replace them with CGI images, and they are going to be. So you see you and your lovely AI.
Yes,
No,
Give them a chance.
no.
Give them a chance.
So why aren't the actors and the screenwriters and all them giving AI a chance? AI is taking people's job.
They're not taking over. They're not.
I still don't like no AI.
They're lessening the burden.
Lessening
That's
the burden
what
and
humans have
broken
to
the
go
human pocket.
No. Being one of those.
So Dr. Mandela, we're celebrating you. I know you can't hear it, but some family of yours can hear it and will know that we are celebrating you in the Caribbean.
What's your AI mimic of Nelson Mandela?
I have no AI to mimic the man, so I'm gonna just get into it. So Mandela's birth name was Rolihlahla. What is this? Whoa. In his Hosha tribe, the name means pulling the branch of a tree or troublemaker. Was he a troublemaker? No, he just stood up for what he believed in. The name Nelson was given to him by his teacher on his first day of elementary school. Oh, she had problems calling his name too. It was the 1920s, and the African children were given English names so colonial masters could pronounce them easily. Yeah, because that Rolihlahla.
That's hard to pronounce.
That's hard to, but hey, you go Nelson. You made us proud.
So Nelson Mandela is actually his English name.
His English name, the colonial name.
Yes.
So his tribal name is hard for them to pronounce, so they gave him a.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just listen. Looking back on our history, why is it that I don't know? Europeans, do you think they feel bad for what they have?
I don't know.
Apartheid and all of that.
Do you think that's why there's reparations while some Europeans are giving back? Maybe they have some form of empathy, but I can't speak for all of them because I don't know. I'm not in their shoes, but I can speak for what I would have seen recently especially with the fund in Grenada,
Yes.
where that journalist gave back, and I think now she quit her job and she's going around to ensure other places get the same favors that she and her family gave to Grenada.
We deserve the reparations money. They did a lot to us Caribbean people, and we need the money.
Okay.
We need our money.
You need to call JG Wentworth.
Reparations. We need it. No, it's true. We struggle. We're lagged behind so many things. And how dare them call us third world country when we are the ones who help them to become first world. Yes.
You have a point there. I heard somebody with that same argument the other day. But let's not forget who's the man of the hour, man.
That's Mandela.
Yeah,
back
let's
to
get
you.
back to that. See?
Star boy.
You're making me lose my voice. That was my voice.
Nelson Mandela. Cameo in a Spike Lee film. He had a part in Spike Lee's 1992 biopic Malcolm X. At the very end of the movie, he plays a teacher reciting Malcolm X's famous speech to a room full of Soweto school kids. But the pacifist Mandela wouldn't say by any means necessary, so Lee cut back to footage of Malcolm X to close out the film. Nelson was a troublemaker, you know.
Yeah, he's not saying by any means necessary because he knows what
by any means necessary means.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's not going to incite anything that he doesn't want to incite. Yes. Very smart. He was a lawyer, you know. So he know what to say and what not to say.
Yes.
And then I think too, because of his struggles, he understood what words meant, what words incited.
Powerful man.
Yeah, so
Powerful
smart.
Man.
Nobody's gonna catch him. So woodpecker named after him. From Cape Town to California, streets named after Mandela abound. But he's also been the subject of some rather unusual tributes. Scientists have named a prehistoric woodpecker after him. So the Australopithecus Nelson Mandela. Woo! In 1973, the Physics Institute at Leeds University named a nuclear particulate the Mandela particle. A nuclear particle, the Mandela particle.
I didn't know that. Yeah. That's good.
That's good. And he
even in, I think in Jamaica, one of the longest navigable highways in Jamaica is the Mandela Highway.
Yeah, so y'all have a piece too?
We nuff up with self in everything. Yes. The Mandela Highway is one of those longest highways back in Jamaica. So
nice. So there's a woodpecker. There's a woodpecker.
It's beautiful.
Look at that thing, that little bit, that powerful beak.
We have him in Jamaica. This woodpecker? Bird, the woodpecker, with that little red patch. We have quite a few, splitting image of them. They're common.
So maybe this picture is a little Jamaican picture.
Maybe. He married a first lady. Before tying the knot with Mandela on his 80th birthday, Gracia Machel was married to Mozambique President Samora Machel. Her marriage to Mandela after her husband's death means she has been the first lady of
two nations. Yeah, I was surprised that he divorced his first wife, but I heard it wasn't going as it was supposed to go.
But you know, interestingly, who is his current wife? Winnie?
No, Winnie was the one that got the finish.
Yes, but at the end of the day, Mandela did still leave Winnie, you know.
What do you mean left Winnie? This was his last wife. This was his wife before he went to his grave.
That's what I'm saying. So,
but this is not Winnie.
This is not Winnie.
Winnie was the previous wife that he divorced.
Exactly.
After he came out of prison, him and Winnie didn't work anymore, so they called it quits.
Listen, but that's the thing. Winnie struggled with him right throughout apartheid and all of that. And
but Andre, you don't know the dynamics of their relationship.
And then Winnie.
So what if his Winnie filed for divorce?
He still left Winnie to another woman.
Andre, we're speaking about the man's legacy, not what he did.
Good morning,
Andre, you
South
were not a fly on the wall. You were not.
Good morning, South Africa. Listen, at the end of the day, women out there, Mandela had still left Winnie.
The poo?
Listen, you out there with your husband or your boyfriend, don't take anything lightly. Okay.
What? Somebody's watching? Oh my. Andre, back to it's Nelson's Mandela Day, not Andre's. Besides politics, Mandela's other passion was boxing. I did not like the violence of boxing. I was more interested in the science of it. How you move your body to protect yourself, how you use a plan to attack and retreat, and how you pace yourself through a fight, he says in his biography. See, so that's why he was not going to say by any means possible, because that means inciting certain thing. Yep. I was trying to be coy.
I like that.
So yeah, look at him.
That's him in real life. That's his.
What?
That's Mandela.
In his young days.
Wow.
We all had our young times.
He was an actor.
No.
That's
never. No. he used to box recreationally, but he just did it to learn the moves, as they said. You see?
Yes.
He said, I did not like the violence of boxing. I was more interested in the science of it. How you move your body to protect yourself. So he was never an actor. He made a cameo in the film that Spike Lee had, but I don't know him to be a big actor. I know him to be an activist. That's it.
Not
That's
an
why
actor,
he's
an
my
activist.
That's why he's one of my activist guys, like Luther and Malcolm X, as I told you the joke.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, no.
His favorite dish. He's been wined and dined by world leaders, but Mandela loved the simple pleasures of a traditional meal.
What is that?
One of his favorite meal was tripe.
I thought it looked like tripe.
Which is served in many African cultures, the lining of farm animals.
Oh, so he ate anybody's tripe once it came from an animal. Because I'm looking at it and it looks like tripe, beef tripe.
Yes.
I never like that thing. I don't understand how they eat
Tripe
it.
and beans taste nice.
Tripe and beans?
Yes.
I don't like tripe.
No?
No. I like the look of the
You
thing.
like offals.
I don't like any
You
offals.
like offals.
Don't even come with your fancy lingo to me
called
with your
offal.
fancy chef vibe.
Offals are the edible internal organs of an animal.
Well,
that can
I
be
will not
eaten.
be eating any offal.
You eat offals.
I don't.
Haven't you ate the liver?
When I was younger.
Girl, you eat liver. Liver is an organ.
Yeah, I know liver is an organ. We all have a liver.
Yes, we all.
But I'm not eating that offal called tripe. I thank you.
Tripe it. Listen, back in the days, my grandmother would use the tripe and hang it above the wood fire and let it dry. And you don't have to cook it. You can just pinch off a piece. It's like bacon when you dry bacon. So when you kill the animal and you see the raw tripe, you hang it above the smoke and it will stay there for days and weeks and cure. And you can just go there and eat. Listen, it's salty and nice and you haven't done anything to it. You haven't seasoned it. You haven't add nothing to it. You just hang it above the flame and it will stay there for days. No. You could eat it like bacon.
Okay.
Tripe.
Well, I'm not eating any tripe. I'm sorry, Andre.
You need to try it.
No.
It.
No.
I'll cook you some tripe and beans.
I'm waiting for the act in the office. You really think I'm gonna get tripe and beans, guys?
We're still on restaurant week. I'm gonna cook up a storm right here on Good Morning SKN.
Okay, we're still waiting.
Okay, stay tuned.
We're waiting.
Stay tuned.
So the U.S. terror watch list. Mandela was not removed from the U.S. terror watch list until 2008 at the age of 89. Wow. He and other members of the African National Congress were placed on it because of their militant fight against apartheid. Okay, I understand now. Okay, well, that's fair enough that he got a break in 2008.
But why do they have to wait until 2008 to remove him?
Because maybe it was the president of the day that removed him, and before that the president of the day think that he would still be a little fighter. Although he don't believe in fighting, he just stood up for what he wants because, I don't know.
America.
Oh, gosh.
Good morning, America. I wonder how they feel. America, Europe, like, how do they feel?
How does it feel? I wasn't there, so I don't know.
The U.S. terror watch list. His inspiration. This is how I know Mandela. Very inspiring gentleman. While he was in prison, Mandela would read William Ernest Henley's Invictus to fellow prisoners. The poem about never giving up resonated with Mandela for its lines, quote, I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul, end quote. You may know it from the movie by the name starring Morgan Freeman as Mandela. I think I've watched that movie.
Yeah, and I've seen this phrase a million places. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. And we should know that.
Yes.
Because how we end up in life all determines on us, and it's our ship. So we can steer the course to wherever we want to go, regardless of the obstacles.
Even if some of us ship sinks.
Sink? Okay. You plan to make your ship sink?
But
even if our ship sink, what are we gonna do? Patch it up and go again?
That's it.
Yeah. We are our own detriment. Yeah.
Try to keep afloat.
Throw the water outside with a bucket. Bail it out. Indeed, yes. So he was quite an inspiration.
He was.
Quite.
He still is.
And look at this. Nobel Prize winner Nelson Mandela and F.W. de Klerk were jointly awarded the Nobel Prize for Peace in 1993 for their work for the peaceful termination of the apartheid regime and for laying the foundation for a new democratic South Africa. He's a man of peace.
De Klerk was the one who upheld the apartheid. Yes, I think he was.
Because maybe he didn't know better, but once he got to know, maybe he too was instrumental in getting Mr. Mandela out. Isn't that how it went?
Hortensia, don't tell me they didn't know better. They knew better. We are all human beings, and they must
things have
know
to take time, and this is why Mr. de Klerk is probably who helped Mr. Mandela to get out of the situation that he was in.
They must know what they were doing was wrong. They are human beings.
Listen, people gravitate to wrong more than right. We discuss that all the time.
Hortensia, can you imagine? You're gonna put up a bathroom sign and said only white folks are allowed to use the bathroom.
Oh, I get it. I understand everything you're saying. I'm not for it.
The
but
atrocities.
The things that we had to go through to get where we are today, they made us. And yet, I am not saying they were correct, but they made us. So we can't dwell on them.
And yet still every day, listen, that's why we are living in some modern day slavery still, you don't believe that? Kabaka Pyramid sing about modern day slavery.
It's not gone.
It is true. Have you seen those embassy lines? Why is it that we want to go there?
Oh my.
Good morning, America.
We were speaking of Mr. Mandela. So
AIDS activist.
Yes, he certainly was. So once he finished his presidency, Mandela became an advocate in support of people suffering from AIDS, the deadly disease that took the life of his son Magato and affect more people in South Africa than any other country in the world.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like somebody I was talking to yesterday, and I didn't know that even my country of birth, I didn't know that the AIDS count was so prevalent and people, it's being passed on rapidly.
Wow.
I can't understand how people speak to us about these things, right? Have protection for us. They do have the protection. They have the protection. They give it to us. They educate us on how we can prevent these things and how not to catch these things. And as humans, we still do. All of us, every single one of us are guilty.
Sometimes it's not human, because I was watching a documentary.
It's not human.
Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's willful.
Andre,
listen,
you know what can make you not contract a disease. You are gonna willfully go and contract a disease?
Hortensia, I was watching a documentary the other day.
Wow.
Right? And it was said that a blood bank, you donate blood.
This was to test your blood?
Yes, and the blood bank had some positive HIV
blood.
Persons go there, were feeling sick, go there, they need blood. The blood bank gave them the blood, and then months after they found out that they were HIV positive.
So the blood bank infected them?
Yes.
So who is testing the blood that is collected by the blood bank before it's stored?
It wasn't done, clearly. It wasn't done.
I cannot. But Dr. Mandela, thank you so much for being the AIDS activist.
Yes.
And spreading the word. I know he can't hear us, but we do empathize with the loss of his son, because that drove him to do it after his presidency as well. So, so you see, 67 years of public service to his country, even though some of those were spent in prison, but they were good years.
Do we have something in St. Kitts, Nevis with Mandela? Any replica?
I am not sure. I can't speak on that.
He would have done so much for us in the Caribbean. We emulated him a lot.
And a lot of people talk about.
There's the longest highway in Jamaica named after him. I don't know what
Mandela Highway. You sure it's him? Or
Mandela Highway.
Or it wasn't one of the slaves that were big and bad in Jamaica?
Listen, at his funeral, the Prime Minister of Jamaica was one of the first to represent.
Oh, look at you.
Yes, we were there.
Take the credit. Take the credit.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, we were there for real. Among other delegates from
I'm not saying you weren't. How can I doubt you and I have not seen it and I wasn't there? I'm just saying.
Jamaica played an instrumental role in apartheid. The end of apartheid, yes.
Andre, you made me open my eyes. Anyways.
The end
of it.
Nothing should be it should not have happened. Apartheid should not have happened.
Slavery should not have happened, but it happened. So we just have to live by what we would have learned and ensure that it doesn't happen again. That's all.
I saw someone rudely made a post saying slavery was the best thing that ever happened to some of us.
Okay.
You think?
I don't think it's the best thing that happened. Thank God I wasn't in that time, because Lord knows what. Yeah, but yeah. But no, that's not cool. That's just cruel, people. Not everybody's going to be kind. And as they say, good people that live in a world cannot expect everybody to be kind towards them. So good ones, don't let the bad ones take you down. People are going to say a lot of negative things about you, about life, about events that happen that hurt an entire population, displace plenty of persons. Yeah, but we don't have to listen to them. So we're at the end of our show.
We're at the end of our show. We had a fantastic show this morning.
We sure did. We sure did. We, as folks, all things square and well tomorrow, we will be having Mr. Abanati Libert on to speak about Culturama 49. We were having a bit of technical difficulties today, so hopefully we can sort them out, and he will definitely be here tomorrow. So tell your friends he's going to be on so you can know what's happening in Nevis, for those of us here in St. Kitts and in the diaspora and around the Caribbean and the world that watches Good Morning SKN every morning. Well, 5 days a week. I can't say every morning, from Monday to Friday.
So I was intrigued to learn a bit about your inner child this morning.
Yeah, that doesn't have time to be in a child anymore. Poor me.
We do have that in a moment at times. So that was one of my fun segments.
Yes. And thank you to the Securities United Football.
Yes. They came in and they do what they have to do. And
thank you to the international coaches and mentors and persons that donated. We appreciate you. The young women and the young men are our future, and we have to invest in them to ensure that we have a bright one and a safe federation here in St. Kitts and Nevis. We don't need the crime, as Bob Marley would say. We don't need no more trouble.
And we don't need no drama as well.
No, none. So invest in something that will produce great, excellent, good fruits.
And with that said, so long.
Farewell
to you, my friend.
For now.
Why is she always ruining
Goodbye
the song?
For now. Until we meet again.
We're gonna do it again. So long.
Why? Farewell
to you, my friends.
Goodbye for now. Until we meet again.
There you go. You got it. Thank you so much for joining us today, folks. Tune in daily, where you'll find a little bit of everything for everyone. Get your friends and family to watch. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and on YouTube at Studio 327 Inc. and Instagram at Good Morning SK. And remember to like, subscribe, follow, and share. Also, check out our website at studio327inc.com to learn more about GMSKN and Studio 327.
And thank you to our guests for coming on this morning here at Studio 327 and on Good Morning SKN. And as I always say, if you have a guest idea for us, contact us. We give you all the information. Andre said all of it before, and you can always go back to our YouTube page or Facebook page to find out where you can contact us. So leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's Tuesday show. You said it was Terrific Tuesday?
Terrific indeed.
Yes, and see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. when you wake up bright and early.
Start your morning with us.
Right here at Good Morning. I wanted to say get up, grab your coffee, stretch, and then start your morning with us.
Coffee?
Tea, water, juice.
Peppermint.
Tea.
Ginger.
Without sugar. And start your morning with us right here at Good Morning SK. And have a great day, guys. But remember, if you can't have a good one, don't go messing up nobody else's. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.